All right, Leo, welcome into your reading. Let's see what kind of shit you guys got yourselves into this week. I'm just kidding. I'm just being funny. Sometimes we got to be a little funny just to persevere through all the crap we go through, right, guys? All right. Let's get into you. I want to go into the final week of November. So let's just say this weekend from the 23rd on into the week of Thanksgiving. What is the situation for Leos, please? What is the current situation for my Leos? So the week ahead, kids. The week ahead. Page of Cups, the Hermit in reverse. Oh, I get it. Ace of Swords. Okay. The truth, I guess, does kind of hurt. It is going to be a little salty here for somebody. See, you're having a new beginning here with somebody based on truth and honesty. That could either be good, that could be bad, or it could be everything in between. But the point is the truth is out because you're starting fresh with truth and honesty, as we said. Somebody put their cards on the table. No pun intended. Maybe just a little. Anyway, you're beginning this truth, right? And with the truth brings some peace. And it's funny, I never say that. It's just that the wreath at the top of this sword brought it to my attention. And this is just kind of like something that people used to wear back in ancient Greece when they wanted to do, when one person wanted to challenge another, but in a peaceful kind of way, right? Like the Olympics. That's why when they get crowns, they get little wreaths. Anyway, which symbolizes peace. But let's fast forward and let me explain why peace was like mentioned so many times. Ten of Swords. That's an ending in a betrayal. So, it's like this one person comes along, either you or the other person, takes one of the swords out and says, well, let me tell you something. This is why this went down and this is why this happened. But because it did happen, Leo, you guys are forcing yourselves in a timeout. The Hermit in reverse is a forced timeout. Usually upright, yes, you retract your energy because you're trying to make a wise decision because you don't got a lot to go on other than your experience or all your experiences. But because this might be so fresh and new, this painful thing or situation, you're forcing yourself to lie low. It's like you don't want to see people, you don't want to hear people, you don't want to talk, you don't want to do anything because of this ending, right? But out of this ending, a text message comes forward, right? Or a small little message here with the Page of Cups. This is small energy. So either you're dealing with someone younger than you or a little bit more immature, or this involves a child. Others of you, this could be in the form of an apology, but it's like sent to you by a text. Or, I don't know, pigeon mail or email, unless you're doing this. But I can see it's like kind of like, eek, is it okay if we talk? But, somebody's too scared to pick up the phone and do it kind of vibe. What's interesting to me, though, is that you have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I'm personally starting to feel, Leo, that you had to end something. You had to deal with something that was painful for you to do, but it needed to happen. And now you're moving forward with another relationship or a happy couplehood. We'll see more when we clarify. Now, if this isn't you, then it is vice versa. I hate to say it. Because when we do readings, they are energies. So it is you and the other person. Now, what's coming in towards my Leo this final week of November? And let me tell you something. It's a big deal. And it also almost feels like the timing is right, okay? Because by the end of November, you should have cleared and carved out a path. You are, doing you're doing last call or last minute adjustments, or you're wrapping up something. It's just onward, upward from here. Those of you who are not doing the onward, upward motion, you're bound to repeat a pattern. I'm just saying. And I can say that with all certainty. What's coming in with and towards my Leo. I'm still loving that you got that 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. At the end of fucking day, guys, that is big time salvation to me. All right? And that's making me happy. Here's the new stuff. This is the stuff I want to see in everyone's readings, right? But only when it comes to wands do I look at it slightly different for fire signs, only because that's your language. You, Aries and Sagittarius, your language is action, is fire, is momentum, is movement. And you could transmute or transform that energy into something else. What the hell am I talking about? Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning, or it's a passion project, or it's a new job. But wands are also fleeting. They're also temporary. So you want to take your Ace of Wands and turn it into an Ace of Pentacles, which is solid, which is steady, which is stable. This is passion. This is heat. This is chemistry. I forgive this to the fire signs because that's their love language. You're having a passionate new beginning. But I digress. It's with somebody that came back to vindicate you and validate you. Probably thus the 10 of Cups, which is why I'm loving the 10 of Cups, because that's an emotional bond and connection that you have with someone else. All right. The 6 of Wands, you did something with it. You didn't just keep it as an ego boost. You didn't just say, I knew they were going to come back. You did something with it. I just hope your Ace of Wands turns into a cup or a pentacle. You already got the sword. Look, you already have 2 aces. Onward, upward, brand new shit. I'm loving it, guys. What is it Leo doesn't see coming their way? Those of you that are new to my channel, you're getting a kick out of this vibe that we got going on here at my channel. Yes, I keep it real. No sugarcoating here. But yeah. Justice in reverse. Well, I don't like that. Justice in reverse talks about, this is Libra energy, by the way. Something is unfair. Something is unbalanced. So if you say went to court, because justice sometimes regards court, you didn't get a fair share, or you didn't get your fair stick out of the whole situation. Unless you're being treated unfairly or you're treating someone else unfairly. This is not karma correction. This is like somebody did some bad karma. We'll see. We'll see when we clarify what this justice in reverse is. What's the advice here for my Leos, please? Three of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. You definitely need to mentally disengage, Leo, from something that was already troubling and chaotic. I feel like anyway, you already been through the worst of it. Clearly, the Ten of Swords we start with. Three of Pentacles, if this is in regards to work, it recommends that you work with a team. You collaborate with a team. If this is not, it is saying to collaborate here with an individual. Sometimes we need counseling. Sometimes we need therapy. We need a marriage counselor. We need counseling for ourselves. We need counseling with our kids. Whatever it is. I'm going to say do counseling, but it is saying you need to collaborate. Only you know what this means, right? And it says mentally disengage from the chaos. Don't get stuck there. Move on. Right? Go to smoother waters. You have a fresh new start in love. I don't know who or what that is, because it can be a new job or a person. It's saying go for it. This is your third ace. That is pretty rare to come out all in one spread. I swear to God, if the last one comes out in your outcome, I'll be like, oh my God. But 3 is a very strong indication to do the new thing. Especially when I see aces in the advice position, because it's almost like spirit is definitely encouraging it. All right. They're like, we're gifting you new love, something you will love to do, or a new person you will love. And this is what I was talking about. You want that wand to turn to a cup or a pentacle. Grab it and make sure something doesn't just stay passion and heated, that it transmutes into something like love. You don't want this passion project to just be temporary and fleeting. You want to turn it into a passion project that you will love doing, right? These are the Ace of Cups. You have to put the work and effort behind it. Aces are opportunities, but you need to hustle them, all right? And this is a lucky break. It is those who do not hustle the aces that lose out, okay? Let's go for this. And even if nothing comes of it, it's okay. Something always does come out of it, because you know what you like, you know who you are, what you don't like, what you don't want, and you know where your next move is. What is the outcome, please? Always take it as a positive. Oh, 5 of Pentacles. That one, I'm not a fan either. But I'm hoping that everything's going to change for December, because I do see 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. See, the outcome of the week is 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. I don't know if this is a financial crunch, like a job loss, or you leaving a job, or someone kicked you to the curb and you feel like you're not just in the doghouse, you're really out there, right? Alone. But I do see reconciliation at the bottom of the deck, and then the 10 of Cups. I don't know if some of you are going back to your old thing, or you're moving on with your new thing. Definitely feels like you're being tested. Or if that's your person. But that's the common theme. What's going on here for Leo Spirit? I got the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the Hermit in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. Please clarify. The King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag. They don't have to be a fire sign. They're just somebody. And by the way, they're also available because they're in the upright position. So this is somebody who, you know, speaks your language. Fiery, passionate, charismatic, but you're also attracted to them, or they're very attractive in general. You're talking about this betrayal. You're finally having some honest conversations with each other. I do see you guys being single. I don't know for how long, because I do see the 4 of Wands behind that. And I do see an Aries card. The Emperor. All right. Universe, Angel, Spirit Guides. What is this Ace of Wands and the 6 of Wands? The Knight of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. And the Empress. Somebody rushes in and says something to you, and they're like, listen, Leo, I want this passionate new beginning. They come in. It's like, I don't want to say makeup sex. That's terrible and tacky and very cringy. But it is like somebody rushes in and says something, and then it's like it turns into a heated affair. It doesn't have to be an affair, but it turns into like a smooch fest of some kind. It turns into something intimate and physical after someone rushes in and says something. And after that, you're sitting there, you know, debating and weighing in your pros and cons if you should move forward with it. Because you're evaluating your worth and your value, and you don't know if this person will level up, step up, or ever reach your level. So that's why you're weighing your pros and cons. And I know you're thinking that, because there you are as the Empress at the bottom of the deck. And look, lo and behold, behind her is the Ace of Cups, the new love. 9 times out of 10. And I'm not going to, once upon a time, I'd be like, yeah, you can have a new start in love with your person. Maybe, but that's 1%. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be honest with you, aces are new people, new things, new circumstances, new situations. New. All right, Justice in reverse. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles. All right, let's talk about the money factor because that's a lot of pentacles. You're holding on to money. You're saving for a rainy day, or you already feel something shitty is coming down the pike because you go from 4 to 5. So you know. Even though you're working hard and busting your ass towards this job. Here's the thing. There you are collecting experience. There you are collecting coin. There you are collecting knowledge. There you are working really hard. You know what you're not doing? You're not lifting your head off the fucking bench to A, take a breath, B, be like, oh, I think I've collected enough. I think I've collected enough. Or now you're just putting in overtime to save. All right? Because you're trying to go slow and steady and cautiously in regards to something. Others of you, because something does come out unfair. So I don't know if somebody else got the promotion, somebody else got the job, or you just feel like you might be losing a job. Others of you, if this is in regards to love, you're holding on to a person. You're still going slow and steady, and you're still churning out your day-to-day life, and you're still working towards some goal. But something does seem unfair here. I don't know. You will be getting defensive, though, or resisting something or someone. There's a, I'm definitely feeling the vibe of two people. There's one here that's all about the stability, has their shit together, and the other one is the chemistry, the passion. You just get each other. This is a tough call. You're being definitely tested, Leo. What is the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the new thing, and the Six of Swords? Why? I know. Let me not talk. Let me throw the cards. What's the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Swords? By the way, leave it all down in the comments. I read everyone's comments. Also, I've decided, actually, Pisces came up with the idea. Thank you, Pisces people, and the whole community that came together as a whole. I'm going to start selling 15-minute private videos, private readings as gifts. So you can get it as a gift for somebody, or you can even get it for yourself. The deal is it's the $30 minute, 15-minute private video, and you get a lot out of 15 minutes. You've seen my 15-minute videos. They pack a punch with info. And after Cyber Monday, I will still keep selling it, but then it'll go up to 35. And then on Christmas Eve, I will cease to keep the deal. And then that's it. We'll go back to regularly scheduled videos. If interested, you will have to email me there because it's the most secure way of doing it. Now back to you with your Ace of Cups. You need to take a risk. It's exactly what I wanted to say before when I said, let me shut up and just throw the cards down. This was what I was feeling. This is Aries energy, by the way. You need to take a leap of faith and a risk and leave behind. All right. You need to mentally disengage, Leo, all your crap. Collaborate here, maybe with a third-party person, or need a third party. But go take a leap of faith towards this new love. All right? Because I keep seeing reconciliation over here. 3. And reconciliation might not be with who you think it is. Clearly, you have two people here. What is the Five of Pentacles? Others of you, it's dating, networking, socializing. It hasn't come out on the table. It just keeps coming up at the bottom of the deck. Both decks. Nine of Cups in reverse. Somebody here acted selfishly, and this is why now you feel left out in the cold. Others of you, this is something to do. Maybe somebody here has not obsession. It is obsession though, but somebody could have an addiction problem too. And it's like you needed to get rid of it. You weren't like happy about it, but it is what it is. You're needing to making a judgment call and cutting your losses regarding someone, making that sacrifice. Could have something to do with someone you were married to, but there you go. In December, you trekking that new field. Finding yourself in the sunlight, which is happiness. Let's see what we're going to talk about in the extended. Extended, folks. There's only one membership on YouTube, and it's called Let's Get Dinner. Please don't get Let's Get Lunch. That's only to Aries, and that's going to phase out next month. The subscription for you, though, just Leo, is on a different platform, and then I have one-offs if interested. Now, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? You're going to take your advice from your reading, Ace of Cups, and you're going to blend it nicely with this card, Flirt. But we're going to get into it. But this is what we do in the extended. We drop tarot on the oracle messages to see what else Spirit is trying to say. Because right under that bad boy is also playfulness. So there's a common theme there. And last but not least, I'm going to read from this deck right here, Spiritual as fuck. I know it's cringy, but you know what? Sometimes expletives have a purpose too. Leo, please. Leo. Anything else for Leo? Guess not. All right, this is it. Let's see what you got. They're funny, though. Take them with a grain of salt. Accept the good in you, your life, and know you're a fucking delight. Oh my God, I'm going to die. I swear to God, before I was like straightening my hair and I was saying to myself, either they're going to be like, what the hell is that? Or I'm going to be a delight to look at. And I swear to God, it's in your card. That's crazy. Accept the good in your life and know you're a fucking delight. Once you notice the good shit happening in your life, more good shit starts happening. It's like a magnet or a dung beetle. Fun fact, once a dung beetle gets a little nub of poop, it runs around and it adds more poop, and more poop sticks to it, and it grows and it grows. Goodness is like that too. It sticks to you and it grows and it grows. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave it all down below. Let me know your thoughts on that 15-minute deal situation. See if you think it's a good idea or a bad idea. Anyway, I will see you over at Extended, everyone else. I'll see you next week.